please keep yourself muted while you're not talking. If you have a question, either type in your question in the chat and try not to interrupt each other, talk over each other. Especially online, we can't really look around, see who's got questions, but you can unmute yourself to talk. We've got that going, and the chat. So any questions, some of this stuff, use the chat. I'm only using this class really to get to know you guys, make sure that we're set up, ready to go. Everybody's logging in. Awesome. It's recording. Yep, got it. Perfect. So I am going to be recording your guys' class every single day and posting it on YouTube and then putting that link on Canvas. Like I was saying, well, I don't want to do really anything math related. I just want to make sure that you guys can use Zoom. We know the etiquette. We practice that. One other thing that I want to do before I get started, start talking about myself is the reactions. So on the reactions, if you hear me, you see me just fine, and I also want to see who's got this, go down to reactions and give me a thumbs up. So I see a couple. Awesome. All right, so I've only got 5 or 6 of them. If you, and just by show of hands here, if you don't have a reactions button, will you raise your hand and I'll look into that? Okay, so a bunch of you guys. Okay. All right, I'll look into that and see what I have to do, if it's even possible, to make sure that you guys have that. So a lot of times when I'm teaching, I'll be like, is that clear? Do you guys get it? And instead of me going through and looking at the chat, it's just easier if you guys give me a thumbs up and the visible one where I can see, because you don't want to be sitting there like this for 2 minutes while I see everybody's face. So some of you guys have had my class before, and they can tell you, and I'll tell you, I run my class really based on a lot of interaction, student interaction. And I will be honest, I do not know what that looks like in this class and how that looks online. I'm going to do my best, and I'll get better at this, just like you guys will get better at using this. But I'm not exactly sure how this is how it's gonna go. I will say I've ordered an airliner, like a doodle pad, to where I can write right on the screen. But until that comes in, you guys are probably going to watch me just like you guys, paper and pencil with a dot cam, walking through the notes and step by step. What I want you guys to have, and this is the only thing I'm talking school related right now, what I want you guys to have starting on Monday is either just a notebook, and we're not taking formal notes, but a notebook for you guys right next to your desk, so you guys can write some of the instructions down. You can do some of the sample problems, and that's part of it. Without me able to walk around and check your work, you guys just asking a little question, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. But again, some of that onus is going to be put back on you to make sure that you either chat and ask a question or you come to the help sessions. Yeah, just make sure that you're taken care of. This will get better and better, but once we get the ball rolling, I think it'll be okay. It's just getting started. So with that said, welcome to my, Mr. Riley's, pre-calculus class. I do want to say this is a pre-calculus class. There's some rigor. We're going over this first semester. We're essentially redoing all of Algebra 2. First and second semester, we're talking about all those, and we're taking it from here, we're taking it up here. So it is going to be kind of fast, and I'm not trying to scare anybody at all. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just giving you a real look at what this is. So we go kind of quick. The good news is all of the lessons are being recorded, plus all the notes will be posted. So you guys should have plenty of chance to go back, watch the notes, attend help sessions, ask questions. That part's way better than in person. The bad news is it's a lot more difficult for you to ask questions and me to see where you're making a mistake while you're doing your work. Yeah, about a little bit about me. This is my 20th year of teaching. First thing that you guys need to understand is you are going to see a lot of bad haircuts. For instance, this is the longest my hair has ever been in my life. You'll see a lot of bad facial hair. Right now I have a kind of a beard / 5 o'clock shadow. Over the summer, I actually had a full-blown mustache. I don't know why. I just got bored. I told my wife I wasn't shaving until we resumed school, until I saw you guys live in person. And she was like, That beard looks ridiculous. You need to shave that. So just to show her that I will shave it and I will adhere, I left the mustache. She didn't say anything about a mustache, so I left it. And I had that for about 3 months. I look ridiculous. I'll show you guys a picture at some point, but that actually might be coming back because now my daughter has requested the mustache come back. So I apologize in advance because I'm going to look ridiculous. Anyhow, so this is my 3rd year here at North Central. Some of you guys might know me from Eastwood. I was the math department chair at Eastwood for 3 years. Some of you guys, like Jeremy, I see is on the tennis team, so you know me from out there. So welcome. I'm excited. I love my job. I'm not sure how it's going to be online, but I love my job, and I can't wait for us to get back in person. Been married for almost 8 years. 8 years is coming up in December. I've got a daughter that's 3.5. I have a stepson that is a senior at Kentucky and is 21 years old. By the way, when you guys talk about sleeping in, somebody's like, my highlight of the summer was sleeping in. So my stepson during the pandemic came back and moved in with us just for a couple months. He had nothing to do. So he, oh, sorry, I see a question. Jeremy, I'll answer that in 1 second. So my stepson was literally in such a bad schedule. He was going to bed. I woke up before he actually went to bed. So I was waking up at 6:30 or 7 a.m. and he wasn't going to bed until 7 or 7:30, and he was sleeping until like 5 o'clock at night. It was pretty ridiculous. So, Jeremy, I'll talk to you about that. And if you have a question, talk to your counselor. So good question, unless you're trying to get a better grade. But that's a really good question. Okay. So, we'll talk about that offline or talk to your counselor. Okay. Let's see. My hobbies, I play tennis still about once or twice a week. Not that you want to hear about my wife, but my wife, actually, I met her on the tennis court a little more than 10 years ago. I still play once or twice a week at a high level. My wife played in college. I played club in college. So we're pretty good at tennis. We like to travel all over the world. My wife missed her calling. She should have been a travel agent because we have literally been all over the world. We've been to Africa. We were supposed to actually go to China before the whole pandemic hit, so didn't get to go there. But been to Italy several times, been to France a few times, Ireland, so on and so forth. My favorite vacation of all time was South Africa. And again, I'll tell you guys about that a little bit later. Let's see. 20th year of teaching, 3 years here, 3 years at Eastwood, and 12 years at Speedway High School, where I was the varsity tennis coach, taught pre-calculus, algebra 2, algebra 2x, geometry, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much it. So I know that you guys have already done this. This is hour number 3. Before we start and do anything else, I do want to say, I know that you guys, some of you are in your pajamas. Some of you guys are in your bedroom, whatever. You do not have to have your video on. I don't mind if it is on. I don't mind if it's off. If you have a question or you're speaking, please keep your video on just so I can see your face while you're talking, especially in these first couple of weeks. And I get it. I've only been sitting here for about 2.5 hours and my back is already starting to hurt. So if you need to get up and stretch and move around, please do so. Just for sake of distraction. If you are going to get up and move around, just stop your video just so it doesn't distract anybody else. Just in case we're doing that. So letting you guys know. I've given you guys the freedom to mute and to unmute yourself. If you're just sitting there and listening without any questions, please keep yourselves on mute. I'm sure everybody's talked about that already, but keep yourself on mute just so eliminate the background noise. So with that said, I'm going to get us out here as quickly as possible. These first couple days are probably going to take a while just because I've got to go through and take attendance. So as soon as I call your name, I just want you to unmute yourself and just tell me the highlight of your summer and or what you're binge watching on Netflix, Disney, Hulu, Amazon, whatever it is. So real quick and simple, but that's pretty much it. So let me pull up attendance real quick. And that is all that we are doing. Sorry. That is all that we are doing for today. Tomorrow, I will talk about your assignments. Sorry, give me just a second. tomorrow I will talk about your assignments. I will talk about everything about this class. But again, for today, I just want to make sure we're following the proper etiquette. You're able to log in, see me, hear me, and everything's good. Tomorrow we'll walk through Canvas, your assignments, the class, so on and so forth. And on Monday, we're going to jump right in. So with that said, Tate Arsenault. Welcome, Tate. I saw you somewhere. Unmute yourself. Tell me a highlight and highlight what you're binge watching.
What's up, Mr. Riley?